I want to share with you 5 achievable New Year's resolutions that you can deploy this new year that will actually be successful. And I'm really excited to share this with you because what I found with a lot of my patients is that they tend to be really focused and they set plans and set goals. And then sometimes they get derailed for whatever reason, life happens, or they just find they get frustrated and give up. I want to share with you some unique ways to have achievable success with your New Year's resolutions. Okay, so tip number 1 is to create what I call rolling resolutions. And this really simplifies the act of creating an assortment of resolutions for the year. My recommendation here in the rolling resolutions is to create and focus on one goal each month. And that allows you to have 12 goals that you're focusing on, but each month is dedicated to that goal. So for instance, in January, if one of your goals is to eat a more plant-based diet and you want to have 80% of your diet be more greens, then just focus on that in January. That's easy. And something that you can deploy. You can make it fun. It's not as lofty and overwhelming as some of the kind of broader based goals. And it's constantly changing. And if you're like me, I like change. I like to change things up. I like to have fun. I don't like to get in what I call a rut or it's boring. So this kind of changes it up. And sometimes the fun of it, for instance, the exploration of how do I get 80% of my diet as plant-based? Maybe you're buying a few new cookbooks. Maybe you're watching or reading a new blog and watching a new YouTube channel and getting great recipe ideas. That then potentially has the chance of carrying over and being a continual habit that you can deploy in future months. So that's a really interesting way of putting all of the goals that you have in a more sizable, more digestible, changing format. Number 2, and this is really key for any of you who are looking to save money, that have financial goals. Maybe you're looking to buy a new home, or you need a car, or you have a remodel that you're looking to do. I recommend creating auto savings, which means creating the automation with your bank account or maybe your employer and just saving anywhere from 2%, 5%, whatever the capacity you can save. Save a little bit more than what you think you might be able to, and just let that go. It's like passive savings. You won't even think about it. And what I found is when we do this in our life and we get really focused on that adjustable percentage, we will save more than what we think we would, and we don't even feel the impact. But it's really exciting at the end of the year when you're looking at the net savings that you've had. This is impactful if you have travel goals, if you are saving up for education or whatever it might be. But that eases some of those big financial goals. Just set it on auto. So that's tip number 2. Number 3, I recommend doing and deploying what we call gratitude journaling. And there are a lot of different ways to gratitude journal. I have one that's like a very short and sweet goal that I have at night, where I have a little booklet and I write 3 or 4 things I'm grateful for. It has room for a little notation about a story or detail, and it just sets the intention of gratitude. I find that when we are in a space of gratitude, we are more open to the gifts of the universe, and we're open to and actually appreciative of the blessings in our life. It tends to switch the negative to the positive, and having that daily positive focus actually helps us achieve our goals and also lowers our stress levels, which is really critical. 4, I recommend trying a new recipe each week. And there are so many great 30-minute dinner meal ideas and assortment of healthy ingredients. Maybe you want to try a new food type and add that into a recipe, but get adventurous and have it just be something that one meal a week, a new recipe you roll out to you or your family. And that just adds in a little flavor, a little zest, and it's a pop of excitement. I find that to be fun. And it's also not overwhelming where I'm having to make a ton of new recipes each week. It's just one thing throughout the week. It's a lot. It just calms the state of the anxiety of what do I cook, and it just changes up your diet. And also that helps to support your gut. It also helps to enhance your micronutrients. And you never know, you might really like that recipe. And over 52 weeks of trying 52 new recipes, next year you might have a whole different type of dietary creation, a whole new dietary perspective that you didn't have. And I really encourage you to focus on adding in more vegetables in those diet, really limiting some of your animal proteins. So, have it be a little tweak on your traditional diet. I promise it will be amazing and your body will thank you. 5 is my last and final, and it's to focus on better sleep. One of the interesting kind of studies I've recently read is in 2020, there was a huge national poll, and 59% of the people polled about their sleep habits, how long they were sleeping. They found that 59% of these people, they averaged less than 6 hours of sleep a night. And that actually puts them in an imbalanced circadian rhythm. It ultimately creates higher cortisol levels. We don't see that rejuvenation needed when we sleep. And the goal for optimal sleep is to hover around the 8-hour goal. That's what I recommend. So I'm going to share with you my trifecta, 3 things that are going to really power up enhancing your sleep. And that is adding magnesium 7. Here at Organix, we have an amazing blend of multi-delivery or multi-forms of magnesium that hit and target different aspects and body systems to help overall calm your body. Magnesium is very calming. It calms our central nervous system. It's needed in over 300 different enzymatic reactions. And that is really important when we're trying to get our body to get to sleep, stay asleep, and wake up rested. So definitely reach for magnesium 7. You're really going to notice big changes with that. Number 2, my trifecta. The second thing on my trifecta is to add CBD to your program. And this could come in gummy form. It could come in liquid form, capsule form. There's so many different ways to get CBD into your diet. But balancing our endocannabinoid system by incorporating endocannabinoids like CBD. There's a ton of terpenes as well. There are an assortment of plant-based properties that when we look at our own endocannabinoid system, which is greatly neglected in our medical community, we notice that sleep gets balanced. So some of the supplements that you'll find might be a blend of CBD. And my third item is magnesium, or not magnesium, it's melatonin. I have 2 M's, magnesium and melatonin. So I find that some of the best supplementation will have a CBD blend with melatonin. Melatonin is it's a neurotransmitter, and it is a chemical and signaling system, or creates a chemical synthesis and signaling to calm your body and sets your circadian rhythm. And circadian rhythm is a fancy term for your body clock. So ideally, our body clock, we wake up in the morning when the sun rises, and when the sun sets, we start to feel sleepy, and we're not nocturnal beings. So we sleep at night, and then we rise again the next morning around the sun rising, or sometimes around your alarm clock or whatever that might be. But that's what we call your circadian rhythm. When individuals have sleep imbalances, they end up dealing with an imbalanced circadian rhythm, and melatonin tends to be an underlying factor. And a lot of folks don't realize that not only does melatonin balance your circadian rhythm, it will calm inflammation inside your body. And so when we have that trifecta of magnesium 7 with some CBD and melatonin, you're getting a very broad inflammation reducer. And there's a lot of conditions that can cause folks to wake up at night. I want to talk to you guys about that in the future. But this trifecta will help you focus on getting better sleep in the new year, and also helps you sleep better, longer, and it's an accumulative effect. So if you're sleeping 8 hours a day, every day for a week, now 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's a game changer. You're going to feel so refreshed. Your organs are actually able to hibernate. They're actually able to rejuvenate and do the cell repair they need to be functionally optimized. And you're going to notice big changes in your cognitive function, as well as better able to achieve your fitness goals. You're going to have better recovery, and metabolically, it's going to help you lose weight. So sleep kind of hits a lot of the different goals that I find folks are looking to create for the new year. But sleep is the foundation for, it's the launch pad. We need that foundational launch pad. If you are feeling exhausted, you're probably not going to be likely to get up at 5 a.m. and go work out. But if you get really good sleep, you go to bed a little early, you've got 8 hours of sleep, you are going to hit that gym with exuberance. So I'm excited to share with you these 5 New Year's resolution achievable list. And I'm really excited to hear how it goes for you. And just know that your resolution does not have to look like everybody else's, and it can be very individualized, and how you manifest it also can be a part of the success that you're looking to achieve. So happy New Year, and I can't wait to hear how it goes.